I have in the meantime put on long sleeves. I prefer cotton gloves to the leather gloves. And then I use, because I wear glasses, I wear a full face shield, tinted. Now what I'm hoping is that the torch isn't going to be too bright, otherwise I'm going to have to reset up to do this. We got 900 silver and mystery silver, and I got 2 bags of jewelry that is 925. You can tell by how old and beat up it is. It's good jewelry. I put a little bit of acid on it, but like I said, the acid can read off. So I'm going to light my torch and hopefully not blind the camera. Because for melting jewelry, the oxygen in acetylene is way too hot. So I use a very long cone neutral flame, like so. And then the first thing I need to do is get a little heat into my crucible. If I was to take the oxygen content up in the torch to like when I gas weld, I would have so much heat generated in such a small area that I could overheat the silver, cause it to boil, and what that'll do, the worst thing it'll do is it'll infuse it with more oxygen. And that's one of the jobs that the pickle acid does, is it removes the oxygen scale and the flux that sticks to the jewelry. Silver's just starting to melt. Crucible, to do what I'm doing here, I don't need to get it up to bright yellow everywhere. So now that I've got the crucible warm, I can start applying a little bit of heat. I had a few fall out there. Okay, so now take my torch. I get another few pieces of silver in there. And back at it again. These little 1-inch crucibles are rugged. I mean, they are really rugged. I use them, I buy these by the 1,000. So I literally use them for rough mold. Got a nice pretty little puddle in there. This is all silver so far. More watch case. And if I drop a piece, I'll just sweep the floor up and get the magnet out again. Okay, so now we're going to apply a little more heat in there. And you can see how hot this torch is. I got a bead of silver right there on the edge. I need to well, it doesn't want to. Oh, that's just fine. Okay, now we're getting a nice little puddle of silver in there. Now that was one of those hollow earrings. I'm leaning back away from that, because even though I smashed them, what I don't like now is I'm seeing something. Oh, that was okay. Okay, and we're getting a nice little puddle. Getting a real glassy top. Now we put anhydrous borax in there. Now we got a nice little pool of silver. It's going to do what you should never do, and that's let the silver set up in the crucible. But what that'll do is it'll make a nice little button. Pickle pot's heating. It's getting hot. So those of us who have lots of crucibles, use them for ingot molds. Into the pickle. So that's the first step, and that's going to get repeated for the remainder of this. And then these two bags here, this is good silver, and I'm going to refine those down, and then we're going to pour ingots. I'm waiting for the last parts to come. I make graphite molds, and I'm going to make some molds. I sold the ones that I made previously, to where I can pour flat ingots that will go through the wife's rolling mill, and I can make sterling silver sheet, and then maybe I can con her into producing a piece of jewelry out of it for the video. Anyway, that's the process, just done over and over and over again until it's ready to pour in the mold. So that's where I'll resume. Well, this is what the little button looked like. It's nice little clean silver ingot, round button, and I will make several of these, and then they'll go into a melting dish. So anyway, that's what they look like. Okay, let's take a look and see what we got. First we're gonna have our bowl of water here. Now the pickle solution is an acid, and this pickle is for non-ferrous metals. It's a little bitey if it gets on your skin, but you can just wash with clear water or soap and water. These were totally, well, that one still got some scale on it, so it needs to go back into pickle. Oh, my brick didn't like that. You can see that, you can't see the acid react with it. With my brick, I need to rinse that off. A little bit of scale left on that, not much. Well, I just drug that one out, drug it back in again. Again. Love it. Now these little things look just like pieces of slag, but they were actually, inside of it was silver. Do a little zooming here. So these are some nice little buttons of sterling silver. Some of these didn't clean up real good, so they're going back into acid. In fact, I'll just put them all back into acid. But anyway, that's what you get. These were totally black, just like this one is, completely the whole tops. I'll get them back in the pickle, leave them a little bit longer. Then I'm gonna, once I get the molds made that I want to build, I'm gonna get them put into usable shapes. Okay, I'm out of here.